The Greek island of Rhodes, it's a massive island, and deciding when to go, the best areas, what to see and do, and so on, can really be overwhelming. Not to worry, because in this beginner's guide to Rhodes, I'm going to answer all of that and lots more. Let's do it. So where is it? Where's Rhodes? Well, it's located right in the southeastern part of the Aegean Sea. It's part of what's known as the Dodecanese group of islands, and that includes Kos, Symi and Patmos. It's the fourth largest island in Greece, and the north part, Rhodes town, is about 11 miles off the Turkish coast. It's also nicknamed the Sunshine Island. Why? Because it enjoys over 300 days of sun every year, and that's certainly far more than where I live. What about when to go? When are the best times? Well, I guess that really depends on you. If, for instance, you want the hottest weather, you want the sunniest weather, the busiest, with everything open and nothing closed, then you've got to go in July and August. Daytime temperatures, they're hot. You're looking at very high 20s to high 30s, and at night it's even 23 to 27. Everywhere's open, but because it's peak time, hotels are going to be the most expensive. Now, if like me you want it a little bit cooler, but certainly fewer tourists, then I would suggest you go April to June, or even September or October. Daytime temperatures, they're still warm, ranging from 17 to 25, and these are perfect, ideal for wandering around, sightseeing without getting burnt. There's less people as well, so it's less queues for sights and tours and things to see, and because it's not peak season, hotels are also going to be cheaper. Now, if you want even quieter than that, definitely think about November to March. Temperatures are still good, certainly more than most places of Europe. You're looking at 17 to 20. There's hardly any tourists. It's going to be the cheapest time for accommodation, but just remember, not everything will be open. Okay, you've landed on the island, but what about getting from the airport to and from your hotel? There's no Uber, there's no equivalent. So I guess if you're not having that obligatory coach transfer, what can you do? Is there anything you can do? Yes, there is. First of all, there's a taxi rank right outside the exit on the airport. And generally speaking, taxi drivers in Rhodes, they're honest people. But my recommendation, agree a price before you get in. Talking of prices, to Rhodes town, you're looking at about €30 to an absolute whopping €90 to Lindos. And when you consider the return journey, that's almost 200. So my advice, consider renting a car. It is generally going to be cheaper, and you've also got the freedom to do as well what you want to go and see other things. In my case, I tend to book a taxi before I fly because I know exactly what the cost is going to be. There's going to be no hidden extras whatsoever. And it also takes the pressure off me as well, trying to find one, especially in peak season. I put a link to the one that I use, not only for Rhodes, but for whole of Greece. So definitely recommend you check that out. Okay. Now, let's take a look at the most popular and the best areas where to go on the island. Well, we're going to begin with Afundu, located right there on the northeast coast of the island. It's only about 12 miles from the airport, and it's absolutely perfect for those who want not only peace and quiet, but also for those if you're watching the pennies, especially for accommodation. And it's also got an absolutely beautiful beach, which I'll talk about in the next section about beaches. Then we've got Falaraki. It's just a few miles from Afundu. And if you're looking for somewhere a bit more energetic than that, certainly lively, but also as well budget friendly, especially budget hotels, then Falaraki is going to be for you. There's lots and lots to do, especially during the day. And it's also renowned for its nightlife, including beach bars, nightclubs, and quite often, especially during peak season, beach parties. It's also got a massive water park. I think it's the biggest in Europe. So obviously kids are going to love that. Now, talking of kids, if you're looking for a quiet, kid-friendly, family-friendly holiday, then you've got to go to Ilios. Despite it being just 5 miles or so from the airport, as you can see there, it can be pretty quiet, and the waters there, they're safe, they're shallow, lovely beaches, and they're perfect for kids. There's lots of family-friendly dining options. Oh, and it's also a hot spot for windsurfing and kite surfing, so that's going to be great for the older ones, especially teenagers. If that's not for you, but you want another family-friendly area, I definitely recommend Colombia. Colombia is just about 17 miles or so from the airport, as you can see there, right on the east coast. It's full of shallow and calm beaches. Great example would be Sambica Beach. In fact, I did a video very recently about Sambica Beach. Links in the description, and that explains everything about the beach. There's also lots of family-friendly activities. There's even nearby water parks, I think 2 of them, certainly one. Most of the hotels there, they're family-friendly, as well as lots of family-friendly, first blooper, family-friendly places to eat. If luxury is your thing, then I guess it's got to be Ixia. Situated on the northwest coast, the opposite side there to Rhodes town. It's known for its high-end resorts, luxury hotels with absolute stunning sea views, top-notch pools, top-notch amenities, fine dining, and exquisite, as a second blooper, exquisite spas. It's also got some of the best windsurfing schools, so that's a luxury area for you. If you also want romance as well as luxury, I suggest Calathea. Could be for you. It's about 11 miles from the airport, and it's also known for its thermal springs, top-tier big resorts, high-end hotels that with luxury spas and pools. It is almost perfect, I guess, for those seeking a romantic escape, if you will. If you want something quieter, then I definitely suggest a very quiet village, Rhodos. It's right on the southern part, as you can see there, almost the furthest away, about 35 miles from the airport. And if anything, it's most likely to give you that traditional Greek way of life, the traditional Greek experience. Certainly away from all the tourists. There's no resort complexes there, just charming small hotels and guest houses. Oh, it's also got one of the best beaches on the island itself. And as I said, next section coming up is beaches. And let's not forget Lindos, eh? So at the opposite end of the island, it's about 35, 37 miles away. As well as it being known for having its own Acropolis, there really is something there for almost everyone. It's got narrow cobbled streets, whitewashed and blue houses, stunning views from rooftops, which many have for accommodation. It's got one of the best bays and beaches, which I'll tell you a bit more about in the next section. But if you want to check it out, I've got a video and a link below that really shows you why it's one of the best. There's accommodation for everyone here. From your usual smaller hotels to upscale boutique ones, luxury villas. As for shopping, there's everything. Obviously, you've got your touristy, but it goes all the way to lavish and expensive. Oh, don't forget rooftop bars, cafes and restaurants. There's loads there. So many. And they've got fantastic views of the Acropolis and also the sea. Quite a few actually have both as well. And last, and I guess certainly by no means least, you've got Rhodes town, right there on the top of the island. It's about 8 to 9 miles or so from the airport. It's perfect for those looking for, I suppose, what I would call a well-rounded experience. So, for instance, you can explore the medieval old town, best preserved in Europe. You can visit the Palace of the Grand Master, should be on top of your list of things to do, and enjoy lots and lots of great places to eat and drink. There's everything there. So with everything from your traditional all the way to the modern, even with a twist. There's, in terms of accommodation, massive, big range of budget hotels, big range of expensive. It's also considered a shopper's paradise with everything from your touristy, local, international brands, boutiques, and there's even traditional markets there. If you're looking for unique shops, then make a note of this. Take a walk down Socrates Street. You're going to love it. Okay, so we've done areas. Next thing on the list, I suppose, is hotels. Which are the best hotels there? But what do I mean the best? Is best the most expensive, the one with the most stars, the biggest pools, the best value, best for location, the best because it's near to beaches, best for food? It's not that easy, is it? So you can imagine how long I guess this video would be if I went through even just a few of them. So not to worry. Instead, what I've done is in the description below, I've put links to various hotels which should really answer most of your questions. Or if you've got any questions, stick them in the comments below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Now let's talk beaches. And why not? Because Rhodes has got some of the best beaches in Greece. And we're going to begin with an absolute cracker. One of my favourites, Afandu Beach. It's right there on the northeast coast. It's about 2.5 miles, and it's a blend of pebbles and sands. Now, whilst it's family friendly, the pebbles might be a bit of an issue with some of the really younger ones. Plus as well, the sea, whilst it's your classic crystal clear blue, it gets deep pretty quickly. But for the older ones, especially teenagers, they're going to love it because there's loads of water sports available. There's windsurfing, there's jet skiing, oh, you can even rent boats. There's, in terms of food and drink, there's several good beach bars there. And oh, lots of sunbeds, lots of umbrellas available for hire. Now, talking of hiring, talking of paying for sunbeds and umbrellas, every one of these beaches I'm going to be mentioning has them. You need to be careful though, because prices can vary, with some costing as much as 50, 60, 70 euros per day. Plus as well, some can be free if you order drinks and or lunch at the beach bar they're sort of in front of. So my advice, get a price first, and if possible, get a receipt, your proof of receipt. Next up is Aegean Beach. It's right on the east coast. It's known for its soft golden sand, shallow, crystal clear waters. There's that word again, crystal clear. And it makes it an absolute favourite for families, especially those with really, really small kids, because there's a gentle slope of the seabed, and that makes it ideal for paddling, swimming, and even for beginners as well. There's also a few beach bars, as most, I think all of these beaches have really, but there's no water sports, okay? However, in mid to peak season, there's one of those massive inflatable water thingies. Don't know what you call them, there's like rides and stuff on. You see them at the water's edge, and they're great for kids to play on. Now, if you're looking for a more picturesque beach on the island, well, that's got to be Anthony Quinn Bay. It's located right on the northeast, just below Faliraki. It's got a rocky coastline and a pebbly shore, but please don't let that put you off, because it's one of the most popular, one of the most photographed and Instagrammable beaches there is. But it does get popular, especially during peak season. The waters get deep quickly, so they're perfect for swimming, snorkeling. However, I wouldn't necessarily say it's suitable for really young ones, mainly because the pebbles, and there's like a little rocky entry into the water, so they could trip. There's generally really no water sports, but there is a really lovely, great beach bar. Next up is Ellie Beach. It's located there, as you can see, near the town, and there. It's lively, it's bustling, gets busy quickly, and it's a mixture of sand and pebbles. It's one of the most popular on the island. The water is lovely, crystal clear, there's that word again, and it's ideal for swimming and also diving. There's a big range, a massive range of water sports, including parasailing, and there's a few boat hire places as well. And there's also quite a lot of beach bars. Now, if you want something a bit less quiet, a bit more lively, and lots of activities, then Faliraki Beach is definitely for you. It's definitely one of those busiest beaches, and certainly one of the longest. It's about 3 miles. But it caters to everyone, all types, including families. Sea, it's beautiful, clear, and it's also shallow near the shore, which makes it great for kids, especially the little ones. It's an absolute hub for water sports, offering everything from jet skis, banana boats, paragliding, sunbeds and umbrellas, they're everywhere. And there's loads and loads of beach bars, so you'll have no problems there. Now, if you're really into windsurfing, really into kite surfing, then it's got to be Aegean. Aegean Beach is definitely going to be for you. It's right there on the northwest coast. It's an absolute hotspot for water sports. There's several beach bars there as well. Be careful though, not necessarily good for little ones, because the sea does get deep very quick. Another great one on the northwest coast there is Ixia Beach. That's a blend of, say, sand and pebbles. Pebbles aren't really that big. It's pretty popular due to it being very close to major hotels and also resorts. The water's there, lovely and clear, does get deep very quickly, and there's lots of windsurfing, also some great jet skiing there as well. Oh, and plenty of beach bars. Now, okay, how about a beach that's also famous for its spa complex? It's right, spa complex. Well, that's going to be Calathea. The beach there, it's a mixture of sand and pebbles, and it gets pretty busy, especially during peak season, especially for the spa things around it. Waters are absolutely crystal clear, which makes it great not only for swimming, but snorkeling and diving. You'll see people there dive off the rocks. There's also a few beach bars as well, with many of them having spectacular views right over there of the ocean. Next up, first of two beaches on Lindos. Lindos is one of my favourite places. So the first one, Lindos Beach, also known as Palos Beach. It's an absolutely beautiful, soft, sandy beach situated just below the town. The water there is clear and shallow, and it makes it absolutely perfect for kids. There's one or two tavernas along its half-mile length. Water sports are available, but there's not much. There's pedal boats, canoes, you can also hire boats. If you want to see what it looks like, then check out the video I made about it very recently. Links in the description, really shows you all about it. Now, the second beach you want to talk about on Lindos is St. Paul's Beach. This is the beach it's said that St. Paul came to when he was visiting the island, hence the name. It's relatively small, sheltered sandy cove. It's got the usual crystal clear and calm waters. It's popular though and can get very, very crowded very quickly. And there's really only just one decent beach bar. The water is shallow, it's ideal for kids, but there's a big but there. There are some quite big rocks underneath the water there, and it can make things pretty difficult underfoot. However, it has some of the best views of the Lindos Acropolis, especially when you're in the water. Now, for one of the most famous beaches on the island, certainly one of the most Instagrammable, is Prosonisi Beach. It's unique in that it's known, you can see there's two sandy strips, they actually meet. And it's popular for windsurfing, popular for kite surfing. The water really is clear, very shallow, but it can vary to deep as well. So it is suitable for paddling, it is suitable for kids. There's a few beach bars, not brilliant, but they're okay. But it's also one of the most Instagrammable places on the island, so don't forget to take your camera or phone there. Now for the last beach on the list, this is another one of my favourites, and this is Sambica Beach. It's a stunning 1.2 mile stretch of golden sand, absolutely beautiful, crystal clear water. It's surrounded by, I suppose, dramatic cliffs is the best way to describe it. The water is really shallow, it's great for kids. There's some water sports including jet skiing, windsurfing, you can hire boats, there's also paddle boarding, and one of those inflatable water thingies I mentioned earlier, it's just on the shore's edge there for kids to play on. Couple of good beach bars. If you want to see what that one looks like, link in the description, video I made quite recently, and that will give you a really, really good idea. So, what are the most popular things to do there on the island? Well, Greece, as I've said, is a massive island, so there's loads and loads of things to do. Let's get cracking. By the way, links to everything I'm going to go through are in the description, including where they are, how to get the best tickets, etc. First thing I want to talk about is things which are free. We all love something that's free. So let's begin with beaches. Now, of course, yeah, I understand you can pay for beds, you can pay for brollies and food and drink. But there's no denying the fact that it doesn't cost anything to go onto and walk on a beach and swim. So that's my first thing for free. Next up is right there in the capital, in Rhodes, in particular the Old Town. You can walk up the famous Streets of Knights, one of the most Instagrammable places there on the island. You can go and visit Mandrake Harbour. You can see the windmills there, and also where it's allegedly the Colossus of Rhodes stood to the entrance or over the entrance to the harbour. There's also churches, monasteries, natural springs, thermal springs. There's hiking, some of the best in Europe. There's even nature parks. But what about the most popular things to do on the island? The things that you want on your bucket list that everyone does to get tickets with? Well, first off, let's get the obvious out of the way. You've got Lindos. You've got Lindos Acropolis. Now, whilst you can just get entry tickets to the place, that's great if you are staying in Lindos, but if you aren't, what can you do? Well, I definitely recommend getting a combined coach and entry ticket. There's lots of them, and as I said, links are in the description. Other very popular places should be on your bucket list there on the island are certainly the Palace of the Grand Master. That's in Rhodes Town. Then there's Butterfly Valley. You've got to go and see that. Thousands and thousands of butterflies there. There's also Seven Springs. You can even get combined tickets with transfer to do both or more for a day tour. Talking of day tours, there really are so many. There's ones going all around the island or to certain parts of it. There's food tours, wine tours, history tours, tours to see ancient sites, museums. And then, of course, you got your half and your full day tours to other islands, including one of the best I recommend is Simi. You've got to go there. And there's also boat tours for the day, just to go out to beaches, to have lunch, to have dinner. There's guided tours, personal tours. The list goes on and on. Now, there's definitely one thing I like to buy whenever I'm in Greece, wherever I go. I always come back with a handful. And that's one of these. Yeah, it's called a mati. Okay, and it's believed to protect against the evil eye, which is thought to be, I suppose, a curse, if you will, given by a glare from someone, often caused by envy or ill will. And this right here is meant to deflect this negative energy and bring good luck and protection. And who doesn't want good luck protection? So definitely check them out. You can get them for as little as 50 cents or €1. Definitely worth it. Now, the last thing I want to talk about briefly is food. Now, I'm not going to talk about the usual things to get like moussaka or pastizio. This is food you need to try that Rhodes is famous for. Ideally, it's even made on the island. And the first off is what's known as pitarouthia. These are chickpea fritters, fried, seasoned with herbs and spices. They really are nice with tzatziki or even hummus. Now, for those like me with a very sweet tooth, I definitely recommend melakuni. They're little bars. You'll see them everywhere. They're made from sesame seeds and honey. As I said, you'll find them everywhere, mainly supermarkets and most even tourist shops. Now, for dinner, I definitely suggest something what's called kapamas. It's a really hearty, rich dish of slow-cooked lamb, red wine, tomatoes and spices. Similar to stofado. To wash that all down, then I would suggest you go and look for suma. This is a traditional Rhodes spirit distilled from grapes. One thing I want to say is if a bar or a cafe owner offers you a shot or two from their own made, then go for it. But be aware, seriously, it's going to be at least 90% proof. At least, okay? So there's something there you got to try. Let me know in the comments if I suppose you've tried them. I'd really love that if you have. And there you have it. My beginner's guides to Rhodes for you. I really hope you found it useful. And as I've said, if you've got any suggestions or comments, let me know. I really would honestly love to hear them. But in the meantime, thanks again for watching. I really appreciate it. Oh, and don't forget, go explore Greece.